What's up, everybody? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. For this Tuesday, December 9th, 2025, I'm your host, Russ Williams. So glad you could be here, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army. Ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, I know you could have been anywhere in this world today. I know you could have been anywhere in this world today, but you decided to be here with me. And I appreciate that. And more importantly, I appreciate you. So welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Again, we have an action-packed show. But before I begin the show, I'd like to state my intentions. And my intentions are to give you the opportunity to laugh, smile, think, and engage in honest conversations about the life's transitions and beyond. So that is what we do here on Transition Tuesdays. And also what we do is when you come on the show, put yourself in the comment section and I will shout you out. This is what we do here on Transition Tuesdays. And we also give you soul claps for making it too. For making it to Transition Tuesdays each and every Tuesdays. I know you guys are busy individuals, my Transition Army. But you guys show up and you show up and you show out each and every Tuesday here on Transition Tuesday. So I appreciate you guys immensely. I really, really do. So again, you come on, I'll shout you out. And speaking about a shout out, we got Miss Odessa from North Carolina is in the building. What's going on, Miss OD? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All righty. Oh, man. So, before I begin the show, just want to give a little thank you. Want to give a thank you to each and everybody out there who attended my brother's homegoing celebration in Harlem for my big brother, Ellis Juan Williams. Man, it was a phenomenal homegoing. Man, my brother was in the place in Harlem. Uh, not a dry eye in the place. I was fortunate enough to read the obituary for my brother. I was honored to do that. Shout out to my sister-in-law, Dee Dee, who usually comes on. Hopefully she comes on board today. Shout out to my sister-in-law, Dee Dee, with all her strength, all her courage to get through it all. Shout out to my nephews, Nomar and Shamar as well. My brother's great kids, who really stood up tall at a young age. And, my brother was really proud of his sons. And, he loved his wife and all this good stuff here. So, I want to just thank everybody who gave their condolences, everybody who was there at the funeral, whoever was there, even at the repast too. I appreciate everybody who came by, And I want to share a story, and I hope Dee Dee comes on show today because I really want to give her props and thank you. Not only for her strength, but if you didn't know, Dee Dee is responsible for me playing Division I basketball. And I'll share the story about that. Well, there was a thing called Proposition 48, in which in high school you had to score a 720 on the SATs. And I was a pretty great student. I was a great student. I say I was an B plus A student, but I couldn't do well on the SATs. So when I took it, I got an 850. Right at 850. So if I didn't qualify to get the 720, I couldn't play Division I basketball that year. So again, I was racking my brains trying to get the scores. Matter of fact, I went to an SAT prep course, and there was a gentleman there who taught me, who went on Jeopardy, this SAT teacher, and he won $1. And it showed because he couldn't help me get the scores. So it's funny. So after that, and we got Dee Dee on the check-in. Okay, Dee Dee, welcome, welcome, welcome. Also, we got Gina, my cousin from my sister cousin from North Carolina. Welcome, ladies. And Dee Dee, this story is for you if you just came aboard, right? So, again, I was trying to get the SAT scores. I was trying to play Division I basketball for that year at 87. 87, right? So, again, the SAT course guy, he couldn't help me get the scores. So my brother, he had the great idea. He says, you know what, Russ, I see you having trouble with this and that. Never fear, man. I'm going to get you in contact with my wife, Dee Dee, Dolores, and she can help you out. And not only did Dolores help me out, man, she gave me a strategy how to take the test, because there's a strategy to take the SAT. And Dee Dee broke it down, the strategy, how to take it, how to apply yourself taking the exam. And not only I got the scores, and the rest was history. So Dee Dee, again, I thanked you earlier, but again, if you didn't help me out with that, I don't know where I would be. So I thank you immensely. I thank you immensely for that. And I thank you for immensely for being a part of my brother's life as well, too. So I'm glad you made it, Didi. I had to share that story. And also, we got Felicia checking in from the Rock. What's going on, Felicia? Welcome, 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 Mrs. Sweetness. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So yeah, oh man, but great homegoing, I should say, for my brother, man, in Harlem. And I'm sure my brother's looking down, saying thank you, and I appreciate it. So yeah, we thank everybody that came to the homecoming celebration. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. All right, so let's get out there, guys. In transition news, now I know everybody's talking about this Netflix documentary, Sean Combs, The Reckoning, by executive producer Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. Now, this documentary is broken down into 4 episodes, and the great thing about this documentary is it's number one right now. It's the number one show on Netflix across the world, not just the United States, across the world. Number one documentary on Netflix platform. So the documentary is broken down into 4 episodes. The first one is Pain versus Love. Second one is What Goes Down Must Come Up. Third one is Official Girl. And the fourth one is Blink Again. So episode 1, Pain versus Love, shows how Diddy turned himself into a hip-hop mogul. Okay, it gives you a thorough breakdown on that. And it reveals how Sean Combs became Puff Daddy, right? Now, episode 2, What Goes Down Must Come Up, shows how Diddy embraces the celebrity lifestyle. I mean, he embraced it to the fullest. Everybody who was there saw his rise, right? And how he fueled a dangerous rivalry between Bad Boy Records, which he was part of, was president of Bad Boy Records, and Death Row Records with Suge Knight. And questions linger about the shooting of Tupac. So in this episode, it's been said, it's been talked about, but again, they gave some good good evidence how maybe Diddy might be involved with the shooting of Tupac Shakur. Now, episode 3, Official Girl, shows after Biggie's death, Diddy's career blows up. Like, he blows up immensely alongside a string of violent incidents. Okay? This guy had a lot of violence going on in his trail from the beginning, and all throughout his life. And alarming allegations emerging about his abusive relationships. Male, female, it's a lot of violence going on with Diddy in Diddy's camp. Then episode 4, Blink Again, it shows how Diddy's accusers, now, because we get into the trial now, right? So episodes 3 and 4, they talk about the trial. So it shows how Diddy's accusers stepped forward with shocking claims of abuse, triggering a federal investigation that leads to his 2024 arrest and high-profile trial that we all witnessed in 2024, right? 2025, right? Okay? So it talks about that as well. Oh, we got on the check-in, my God, from ESPN's own Uncle Smoothie is in the building. What's going on, Uncle Smoothie? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Cool. All right, so now the documentary begins with Diddy in New York City 6 days before his arrest for RICO and sex trafficking. So this is where it appeared. This is where the documentary starts. And again, how does it start that way? Because Diddy had a videographer who was filming everything, right? I think it turns out that this videographer wasn't paid. So he had all his footage. And guess who comes in and swoops in? We got my guy 50 Cent from Queens. He comes in and gets all his footage. So he prepares this. So Transition Army, I got to ask you guys, if you saw the documentary, what did you think of it? What did you think of the documentary? What did you think? What did you think about it? Felicia says, thank you, Didi. We appreciate your unconditional love and generosity. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Miss Sweetness. Appreciate you, hon. Absolutely. We really do. Yep. So Transition Army, again, if you saw the doc, what did you think of it? Okay. That's the first question of it. And you can just type your comments in there. And what do you guys think of 50 Cent's role in bringing this documentary to life? I want to talk about that as well. So what do you guys think about that? What do you say? You say what? And if no one types in the space bar, the comment bar, I can get into it. Oh, Gina says, I give it an A. Yes, absolutely. I do too, Gina. You know, it was well done. It was well put together. It was well researched. Again, never before seen footage. The people who they had in there, you know, it was like evidence of what they were talking about. They had evidence to back up everything. Man, and Gina says, if not 50, then who? Who was spending that money? I don't know, but 50 Cent, 50 Cent got to the bottom of it, man. And as executive producer, the director, I forget her name, she did a great job too as the director. Yeah, it was well done. It was well put together. And it ponders the question, you know, they had Diddy connected to two of these, you know, two of the greatest, you know, hip hop artists to ever live, their assassinations. You know, they might say they might say he might have had, you know, his hands involved with that. You know, it was well put together. And Gina says, I'm more disappointed in humanity and common sense. On what end? What do you mean by that there, Gina? And Felicia says, I haven't seen it. Not sure if I want to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is your cup of tea, sweetheart, but I think you will get some more insight if you do watch it. You can draw your own conclusions on the man. Chris says Diddy did a lot of people dirty. Yeah, that's what. It showed that in the documentary. He was part of a group called Dirty Money as well. So I don't know, but yeah, it was tough. But again, it gives a lot of insight into things, and you know, again, and I know 50 is getting a lot of backlash from people saying, you know, like I know Marlon Wayans is getting after it, you know, here and there about stuff, you know, calling us 50, 12 years a slave and all this stuff like that. And, you know what I mean? Somebody had to tell the story, and I guess 50 said, hey, I'll be the person to do it. So, you know, he brings that cachet, that credibility to it. And Gina says, the jury, those in it at the time, the man is little causing all that havoc. And you know, one of the juror, I think juror 160, this picture's going around that she was at a Puff party one time or met him. I don't know, man. And that's causing for some people to say, hey, it should be a retrial because of that. I don't know. But again, it didn't look good. And again, the internet is undefeated all the time. They found out pictures of juror 160. So, you know what I mean? I don't know. Gina says, how do so many folks know who killed who? But the police don't know nothing. You know why? Because it's the code of the streets, as they talked about there, Gina. You know, a lot of times people aren't going to snitch. You know, that might keep stuff internally. You know what I mean? It ain't the right thing to do. People ain't going to go to the police and tell them what happened, because that's like snitching, you know, and snitches get stitches, as they say. So I think that's why a lot of times we don't see the police knowing about nothing. But the code of the streets is the streets know. You know, the streets be talking, the streets be watching. You know what I mean? As Gina says, the universe gonna deal with Sean Combs. Oh man, yeah. I think that was the great title line was The Reckoning, because maybe 50 Cent and the people involved was like saying, listen, you reap what you sow. This is going to be your reckoning or what goes down. So, you know, for those who comment on that, you know, if you've seen it, you know, that's a great thing too. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you do see it. Enjoy your own conclusions from there. But again, it was a great piece of work. And 50 Cent, tell you, don't mess with that guy 50 Cent, man. Don't mess with that guy. Gina says, but they're going to tell Netflix. Hashtag memes. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. I don't know, Gina. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, they had to tell somebody, and they told 50 Cent, and they told Netflix on that too. So that's what we have. You know, that is what we have. So ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, hey, if we were able to make you laugh, smile, and think during this broadcast, my good friends, you have accomplished something major today. So celebrate your victory. Celebrate your victory. You coming here and being here with me each and every Tuesday. I appreciate you guys immensely. You know I do. Selector. All right. Yes, sir. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army. Hey, guys, I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for you watching Transition Tuesdays each and every Tuesday. I greatly appreciate it. I love you too, Gina. Love you too. Yeah. So, if you like this episode and our past episodes, go to our YouTube channel, Transition Tuesdays, okay? And when you're on the channel, make sure you like and subscribe, okay, before you leave. I would greatly appreciate that, okay? If you have been following me, you can follow me on Instagram at Russ Will Transitions. That's Russ Will Transitions with an S. You follow me, I definitely follow back. You got my word on that. We're having a great deal of fun on TikTok. My handle there is Russ Williams, the number 11. That's Russ Williams, the number 11. You can find us there as well. Shout out to our corporate sponsor, Sweet Candy Cafe, located in downtown Lumberton, North Carolina, the home of Southern Sweetness. So the show's about to end. So after the show, make sure you go to sweetcandycafe.com to order your confectionery goodies. Okay? Your taste buds will thank you. Your taste buds will thank you. And I thank you. As Philly says, dinner is done. Okay, I got to jump in there and get something to eat. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we say in parting, happy transitioning. And we'll speak to you soon. Take care, everybody. God bless. One last thing. I want to play this little tune for the guy who made this possible. Guy 50 Cent. Don't mess with this guy. So this is dedicated to 50 Cent. Don't mess with those Queen guys. Don't do it. Don't do it. If he got a vendetta against you, don't do it. Don't mess with those Queen guys. Later, guys. God bless.